Collective. Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy for today or whenever you find this message via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. Welcome in. I'm obviously not in my usual surroundings, but I really wanted to connect this morning. I haven't done one of these morning messages in a long time, but it feels appropriate today. I don't have my normal setup, so we won't go through the blessing this morning, but I already took a moment and just instilled some gratitude, some thankfulness, not only, cleansing, so to speak, of the cards, of the energy, and a little blessing for you as well. So we'll get right into it. We're coming into a full moon in Capricorn this week, so we can feel some of the intensity building. Definitely on the emotional front. It doesn't necessarily mean that emotions are going haywire, because we have a really good, solid grounding within the energies for us right now, meaning that all the elements are showing up fairly equally. Some might be a little more enlivened than others, but for the most part, we have this opportunity to tap into the resources that we need, right? Ooh, the service card. We got this for the collector, the overarching energy this morning. Things are kind of moving a little bit slow in the collective, and not only that, but stuff is starting to slow down with retrograde. Neptune and Pluto are in retrograde. Saturn and Mercury are about to go into retrograde as well. So we're actually in the shadow period, already feeling some of the effects of what it means to actually slow down, to take our time, especially when we're dealing with people or situations that are a little trickier or bringing up doubt. I'm hearing this is like doubt of self. It's been hard to kind of connect with yourself. It's been hard to figure out what the right moves are for you. And this shows up a lot in the astrology with Jupiter tensely aspected to Saturn as well as Neptune. And like I talked about, Neptune and Saturn are both going, well, one's already in, the next one's going into retrograde. It's in Aries. So this is a lot about learning how to trust ourselves, learning how to be able to not feel so worried or nervous about the choices that we're making, having that self-assurance. Even if, we can't be 100% certain how something is going to go, there still is this level of confidence that is a struggle for you, and understandably so. Pluto highlights change, transformation. It also just went into Aquarius. Divine timing. I love this energy for you right now. So Pluto also just went into Aquarius end of last year. And so it is this value of we can change, we can align with the life that we want, our proverbial wish fulfillment, even if it looks completely different than what our life is right now. That's why there is so much change happening. It's the shake up, right? That snow globe effect where you gotta shake things up before they settle down. And that can be difficult because there is a lot of time in between. I feel like what is happening, i.e. it is taking a little bit longer to see those changes manifest. As I'm saying this, Pluto is tensely aspected to Chiron. Chiron is about doing the healing, doing the evolutionary work so that we are actually aligning with our success, right? It goes hand in hand. Success, yes, there's value in learning lessons 100%, right? But we kind of want to get something out of it, and we do. Evolution is a really good, beautiful, profound thing. It also can be really difficult to wait, to be patient. And especially when we have to change certain things about ourselves or about the situations or the people that we're surrounding ourselves with, all of that can be really difficult because our ego is feeling a certain kind of way. We want things to look a certain kind of way. Yeah, that ambition 100% coming up. But it's what I'm hearing is it's setting the stage for you for what is to come. And while things are not, or in those moments where you have a little bit more peace, a little more calm, stillness, it's a great time to give, to be of service, to help out people, or, you know, things that maybe don't have as much as you do, or that really is, and it even says it on this card. I was going to say that's like such a fulfilling experience, right? It says, ironically, many desires become fulfilled without grasping or manipulation when we choose to serve, when we choose to give. And it doesn't mean you have to be a doormat. Please don't hear it like that at all. This is about getting connected to yourself, reconnected to who you are. Especially if you are coming from a time where you've gone through a lot of sadness, a lot of despair, a lot of change, needing extra support, and that's the thing too about Pluto in Aquarius, is it does deal with our community. It deals with our friends. It deals with the people that we're interacting with on a daily basis. And when those dynamics, when those situations fall flat, or someone shows us who they are, or we are involved in dynamics where people are putting us down, making us feel worthy, less than, etc., it's about being able to kind of overcome some of that, right? And in order to do that, we do have to make changes. We can't keep sitting and living in those dynamics and hoping they're going to magically change. Usually once someone shows us who and what they are, that is the reality. Sorry, that's like so bleak. But I feel like that's part of the challenge that we're facing right now. The sun and the moon have been tensely aspected towards each other for, obviously they move daily, so it looks different every day. But I'm hearing this as that play between our feelings, our emotions, how we feel about what people's situations are doing to us, the doubt that they kind of put into our minds, or the places they ask us to disconnect from self for their own gratification, right? And that's what's changing. That's what can be changed. And it's, like maybe we want people to see us in a certain way, or we want some type of validation. But if you're getting it from the people, from the situations that are kind of low vibey or treating you poorly, then, what is the expectation, right? That's kind of the reality. If someone wants to succeed before you do, well, this is all about success, right? This is all about finding your success. This is about finding how to empower yourself, even though there is doubt, even though there is despair and uncertainty, even though you're not 100% sold on what you're choosing. Will this, because to me, it feels like there's been a lot of dynamics where people have put themselves first, is what's coming up, right? And you always have to go on the back burner, or you're always being set aside. Your success, what your wants, your needs, your desires are always being put on the back burner for whomever, whatever you're dealing with. And I feel like this is directly connected to some realizations that you need to have about yourself, right? This value of here's the thing. With awareness comes wisdom, awareness of ourselves, of the situation, of what's really happening, and not in a way to fearmonger, or that person's out to get me, or whatever. Maybe not, right? A lot of times people are just being selfish and they're not really thinking that far. Not to minimize anybody's situation, please, just take what resonates, because there are people who are pretty shitty and they will do mean things, right? Intentionally mean things. That's where this ambition can get really dicey and messy, because it does have this quote unquote survival of the fittest vibe to it. But you're waiting on your piece, and maybe you've even just been waiting a little bit too long. Maybe it's been difficult to kind of see things unfold in your favor because of whomever, whatever you're dealing with. And again, divine timing is being highlighted. I hate saying this, so forgive me, but it is this value of right place, right time. Things are still unfolding in the background. I hate saying that because maybe on some level it feels inauthentic, or that's kind of this in your mind, but how many times have you told yourself that, right? How many times have you given someone or something the benefit of the doubt and it hasn't returned, or it hasn't worked in your favor? because it's coming through as the Seven of Swords energy. There's something about this that's making you feel unloyal, or I don't know, you're putting a lot of responsibility on yourself to make sure a dynamic is successful. But at the same time, with this Queen of Pentacles, this is also about like your own health and your own well-being. And it's hard to kind of see it from that perspective. It's hard to see it through that lens because it is requiring you to remove the emotion. The difference between the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Swords is the Queen of Pentacles makes her decisions and she's empathetic. She can be understanding. She's going to kind of take into account all the different dynamics. Where the King of Swords is just going to be completely rational about it. And that's it, right? It looks like things are kind of teetering in this dynamic. It looks like things are on edge. It looks like because someone or something put their own success before you. Like I said, I mean, you're paying the penalty of it. You know this. But it's also, and like, I don't know, because you are kind of in this waiting energy. For some reason, you're waiting. And again, this kind of goes back to where like, I think it's just the difficulty, the sadness of what it brings, of the reality of what this actually is. Right now, the moon is tensely aspected to Venus and to Uranus. So Venus and Uranus give us an opportunity to kind of like change how we're doing things in our relationships, especially the people we love, we care about. Get creative, get inventive. But when it doesn't happen, or maybe it goes south, right? Someone puts their own wants and needs before you, then that's where the emotions start to come up. And I feel like it kind of looks like you're giving someone the benefit of the doubt. Here's the thing, like, you know, things will fall into place in the right timing. Also make sure that you're not inhibiting that for yourself. Because as you wait, as nothing happens, as you wait for like whatever it is that they're doing, whatever this 10 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles is, they're trying to get their stuff together. They're trying to like build their foundation, irrespective of you, and not good, bad, right or wrong, but like you just have this energy around you where it's like, it feels a little bit not fair. Let's see why. Specifically this Devil, you know, because I think it's like you feel stupid. You feel stupid. And that's kind of what ends up being highlighted in this dynamic. It's like, because someone is so focused, maybe they're giving you a little bit right now. They're giving you a little bit to kind of, it feels a little bit like a carrot dangling or a breadcrumbing. They're giving you enough to keep you around. It might be directly connected to your money, to your sense of stability. That has definitely been highlighted lately in the astrology. And our abundance, our success is not necessarily coming from the places that we're expecting it to. Right now, Jupiter's in Cancer, so it's forcing us to really feel into what our abundance feels like, meaning the places that we are receiving this stability, whether it's money, whether it's just support, love, friendship, etc. It better feel good. And if it doesn't, well, it's probably not going to get better. Not to be a Debbie Downer. I know we all go through ups and downs in relationships, but this is definitely that value of someone, like I said, putting themselves first, not really being conscious or mindful of how it impacts you. And at the end of it, like, this shows heavily with this Knight of Cups energy. Knight of Cups is someone who has great intentions, says the right things, but has really, really, really bad follow through. And you're picking this up. It's time to like stop investing in those things that there is, you know, here's the thing about service is we can give of ourselves to like the right people and we can give ourselves to the wrong people. And it feels like whatever you have been giving to is taking more than they're giving. There isn't reciprocity. Even if this is a dynamic where you are the person doing the act of giving and that's kind of just your role, there's still this element, there's a lack of like gratitude and appreciation because of like whatever they have going on. It's a little selfish, self-focused, again, not really thinking about or looking at you. And it just, at the end of the day, it makes you feel stupid. It makes you feel like you got roped into something that had you known, you wouldn't have done otherwise. But that's really what happens when we disconnect from self. Ayurveda has this famous saying, pragya aparad, and it translates as the mistake of the intellect. And what it really means is when we disconnect from self, that is where disease begins to manifest, even if it is in our mental, emotional body. Honestly, that's where disease starts from. So it's these values of when we keep giving people, situations, time, energy, because we feel bad or we're empathetic to whatever stress and burdens they're going through. But then meanwhile, you're getting the short end of the stick. And that's where stepping into this like King of Swords energy is really going to benefit you this week or whenever you find this. Because I feel like this can go one of two ways. I feel like you can make some decisions that actually empower yourself, even if you are stepping outside of your comfort zone. In fact, I feel like you're gonna have to. Like, if you want to maintain whatever sense of control you have in this dynamic, it is about being proactive. It is about getting out of your comfort zone and making choices that like might not feel great in the moment, but are actually gonna serve you long term. Because if you don't, then there is this value of they're gonna do it for you, right? And I feel like it also helps you reconnect with yourself. It also gives you a fire, a passion, reminding you who you are, what you do bring to the table. Actually, as I'm saying this empowerment card is at the bottom of the deck. It's empowering you to a new stage, to stepping up, to really like reinvesting, re-engaging in your life in a way that brings a lot of happiness and fulfillment, where whatever you're giving to this world, however you're contributing, is actually appreciated and not just taken advantage of for someone's own gain, you know? And honestly, they kind of look at it like they're washing their hands clean of this. Oh, we didn't do anything. It's a lot of excuses. And you're just sitting, waiting. But that's kind of where, again, it works to your detriment, because if you wait too long, the decision's going to be made for you. So a little heavy, but what I love is this is all about reconnecting with self, right? And the best way to do that is to just like love and support others. It's so fulfilling. We find out a lot about ourselves. We really just like, I know this sounds cheesy, but it's true. Like, we help raise the vibration. We help bring positivity, love, balance, peace to this world. And we so need that, right? We don't need this constant gasping, grasping, gaslighting, manipulation to kind of have success, have abundance. Like, everyone can have a piece of the pie. So yeah, I hope this helps. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I'd love to hear, or just say hey, share in a little love, a little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support that you bring to the channel. No, I'm sending it back your way.